Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel. And today, just like the title says, we're going to be comparing 6-point and 12-point sockets and what the pros and cons are to each one. Obviously, my personal thoughts I will include, but this is all subjective, so let me know what you guys think and possibly some other information that I might leave out. Please just drop it down in the comments. Also, let me know what you guys think of my thoughts on it all, and let's get into this. I really hope you guys enjoy. Okay, YouTubers, so we're going to start off by taking a look at these 6-point and 12-point. And you guys might have seen an earlier video that I made a while back of spline drive sockets as well. And this being a spline drive, it's actually a universal kind of metric SAE combination, 9/16 and 14 millimeter. And this being a 9/16. But this being spline drive, it's good for, you know, all different sorts, whether it be square or 6-point sockets or 12-point sockets and many other fasteners that spline drive can be used for. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to specifically talk about 6-point versus 12-point, the pros and cons of each one. Okay, so 6-point, kind of starting off, they're definitely better. Remember, this is all subjective. For heavy torque applications, whether you're really torquing something down or breaking a fastener loose. 12 points usually good for light duty stuff, probably about 150 foot-pounds or less. Reason being, the 6-point is going to be a lot less likely to slip or round off a fastener, because if you don't know, the points are not what is grabbing really the fastener. That's not where the torque is being applied in the corners. But we'll get into that here in a minute. 6-point have thicker walls on the side, obviously, because they have less points, so you have much more wall surface there in between each point. And that's why most impact sockets are 6-point, because they're already thick. They need to be thicker to absorb that torque. They have thicker walls. They're designed to contact the fastener away from the corners on the thick walls. 6-point rounded corners and edge to allow the socket to easily slide onto the fastener. And what I mean by that is not only are the corners rounded in there, but the entry to the socket is also rounded in order to easily get it over a fastener. If it was perfect points, you would have a hard time perfectly matching up. This kind of allows you to easily get it onto the fastener. And just to show you a little bit better, this is a bigger Craftsman socket, 1 1/4 inch. You can really see the rounded corners and entrance to the socket to allow it to easily get onto a fastener. That's what that design is for. The walls, the thickest part, is designed to actually absorb that torque that you're putting on a fastener. And then 12 points, the main reason for me, my thoughts on it, is it's easier to get on a fastener that you can't see or is in a tight spot. Yeah, you can get like if it's in a tight spot, you could get it down there, but say you can't really see it or it's in a tight spot and you get down there and your ratchet is angled so much like this and you can't really, you know, turn it enough to get over the fastener, where you would have to take it out, maybe spin the socket on the ratchet and then try and get back on the fastener in that tight spot. Whereas the 12-point, you know, it's obviously a lot more points, so it's a lot easier to get on the fastener. And then obviously 12 points have a good use. 12-point fasteners, i.e. most aftermarket fasteners. It's not too often you come across an OEM fastener that's 12-point. There are some, but not as often as or common as 6-points, i.e. my header bolts, oil pan bolts, and much more. A lot of aftermarket ARP you can get in 12-point. These tend to have smaller heads on them when you're working in tight spaces and stuff. So that's where a 12-point comes in handy. You can get all 12 points on all 12 corners of the fastener, or points on the fastener. So that's kind of my thing as far as 6 and 12-point. As you can tell, the wall thickness is much greater on the 6-point. when you put the fastener in, you only have one point here contacting each side of the fastener, so you don't have much there. So you can either strip the fastener, or like a lot of older 12 points that I've seen, they actually become worn out over time because the points in here actually wear out. I'll actually get some out and show you some of the older USA ones that I have that you can tell have worn out over the years. Here's a few 12-point sockets. As you can tell, really on the middle one, you can really tell that it's been worn down. There's almost no points left to it at all, actually. But this is actually an old USA Action socket. And the same thing, this is an old USA Challenger from Proto and an old Wright Tools. And those are all 12 points. And as you can see, it's a lot easier to wear down 12 thin points than it would be to wear down a 6-point fastener, since here you're really wearing down the walls, whereas here you're really not going to wear down a wall. And when a fastener makes contact with a 6-point socket, sorry, it's really hard to see, but it's not using the corners, it's using the wall of the socket. That's why they're thicker. And my thoughts are 6-point is obviously better for high torque, and anytime I can, I will use a 6-point unless it's a 12-point fastener. Then I'll use 12-point. But that's just my thought on it. Let me know what you guys think. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.